All right, my friend, let's kick things off with something we've all been waiting for. The official 2025 Cowboys schedule is finally out, and man, it's already stirring up a storm. You've probably seen the headlines, the debates, and the NFL live clips popping up all over the place. But let's take a moment together and look at what this means for your Dallas Cowboys and why some folks around the league are starting to believe this team might actually be for real. So here's what we know about the big matchups. The season opener is against the Eagles on Thursday Night Football. Yeah, talk about jumping into the fire early. Then it's the Giants at home in Week 2, a trip to the Jets in Week 3, the Cardinals on Monday Night Football in Week 9, and then another showdown with the Eagles at home in Week 12, just before Thanksgiving, where things get even crazier. Because guess who's on the Thanksgiving menu? The Kansas City Chiefs, no less. It doesn't stop there. Week 17, we're up against Washington. And then it's the Giants again to close out the season. And look, with all those divisional games crammed at the end of the year, you can bet the playoff picture might come down to the final whistle. Now here's the thing. This isn't just a tough schedule. It's a national spotlight. We're talking about holiday games galore, Thanksgiving against the Chiefs, Christmas Day against the Commanders, and big-time prime-time slots. The league didn't just hand those out for fun. No, this is a clear signal. The NFL wants the Cowboys front and center, and with the addition of George Pickens, they just might be ready to deliver. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like this Cowboys team is built to thrive under pressure this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're as locked in on this season as I am, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We've got a lot more to break down. Quick vote. Do the Cowboys finish with 11 or more wins this season? Yes or no? Let's keep going. The offense just got a serious boost. Now let's talk about the big headline maker. George Pickens is officially a Dallas Cowboy, and that changes everything. If you're like me, you've probably been screaming for help at wide receiver since the end of last season. CeeDee Lamb is a beast, no doubt about that, but he can't do it all by himself. And let's be honest, Brandon Cooks didn't quite hit that WR2 level we needed him to. Enter George Pickens. The Cowboys pulling off a trade for Pickens is one of the boldest and smartest moves we've seen this front office make in a while. He's young, he's physical, and he plays with an edge that this offense has been missing. Whether it's going up for contested catches, stretching the field vertically, or just bringing that raw attitude every Sunday, Pickens brings a new level of energy to the wide receiver room. What makes this move even more intriguing is how it impacts Dak Prescott. We've talked for years about how Dak needs more weapons, especially when the pressure is on in big moments. Pickens gives him a legitimate outside threat who can win one-on-one and take some of the coverage off ceedee. That's a win-win. Now think about this. Defenses already have to respect Lamb and tight end Jake Ferguson, and now they've got to worry about Pickens on the outside? Good luck. The Cowboys might finally have the firepower to go toe-to-toe with top defenses in the NFC. And don't overlook this. Pickens wanted out of Pittsburgh, and now he's got something to prove. He's hungry. He's motivated. That's exactly the kind of chip-on-the-shoulder player who thrives in Dallas, especially when the lights are bright. So tell me this. How do you see the chemistry between Dak and Pickens playing out this season? Will it click right away or take time? Drop your take in the comments and vote now. Will Pickens go over 1,000 yards in his first season as a Cowboy? Yes or no? Now hang tight. Because while the offense is reloading, the real pressure might actually be on the defense this year. Let's talk about that next. All right, now that the offense is finally stacking weapons, we have to ask the tough question. Can the defense hold up its end of the deal? Because if this team's going to make a serious playoff run, the defense has to be more than just good enough. It has to be dominant. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Dan Quinn is gone. That's a massive shift. For the past few seasons, Quinn was the architect behind the Cowboys' aggressive, turnover-hungry defense. Now, it's on Mike Zimmer to keep that standard high and possibly take it even higher. Zimmer brings experience and discipline, but it's going to look different. He's more about structure and sound fundamentals than flashy blitzes. So the big question is, how will this shift affect guys like Micah Parsons? Parsons is the heart and soul of this defense, but he thrives in chaos. He needs freedom to attack from everywhere. If Zimmer can find the balance between control and unleashing Micah, this defense could stay dangerous. But if it gets too rigid, it could limit the very thing that makes Micah elite. And we can't ignore the secondary. Trevon Diggs is coming back from injury, and while Darren Bland had a breakout year, we still need to see if he can keep it up. The Cowboys also brought in Shavon Revel from the draft, a physical corner who could be a sleeper. But let's be real, we won't know how this group holds up until they face guys like A.J. Brown and Deebo Samuel in real time. Then there's the defensive line. The loss of Dorrance Armstrong hurts, but the front office is betting big on Donovan Ezeruaku to bring the juice. It's a gamble, but it could pay off if he develops fast under Zimmer's watch. Here's something for you. Do you think the defense will improve or regress under Mike Zimmer? Let me know in the comments and vote now. Which is more important to the Cowboys' success, offense or defense? Coming up. Next, we're digging into something that could shake the entire locker room. Dak's contract situation and what it really means for the future of this team. Stick around. Let's talk about the biggest storyline hovering over this entire Cowboys season, Dak Prescott's contract. It's not just a money issue, it's a leadership issue, a future of the franchise issue, and quite frankly, it could define how this team moves forward for the next 5 years. Dak is entering the final year of his deal, and here's the thing, he holds all the power. Thanks to how his contract was structured, the Cowboys can't franchise tag him. That means if Jerry Jones doesn't get a deal done before next offseason, Dak becomes a true free agent. Let that sink in for a second. The Dallas Cowboys could lose their franchise quarterback with nothing in return. No tag, no trade, nothing. Now Dak's coming off one of his best regular seasons. He led the league in touchdown passes, cut down on turnovers, and had this team humming through most of the year. But once again, it all unraveled in the playoffs, and that's where the tension lies. Do you trust Dak to win when it matters most? That's the question the front office is wrestling with. And the longer they wait, the more expensive it could get. Jared Goff just signed a monster extension, and if Dak plays at a high level again in 2025, his price tag could be even higher. But there's another layer to this. Trey Lance is waiting in the wings. The Cowboys gave up a 4th-round pick for him. That's not nothing. Could they really be considering life after Dak? It's a risky move, but it's not off the table. So here's the deal. If the Cowboys don't extend Dak soon, it tells us they're either planning to let him walk or waiting to see if he can finally deliver a deep playoff run. Either way, it creates uncertainty. And that's not great for a team trying to win now. Let me ask you this. Should the Cowboys extend Dak now or wait and see how 2025 plays out? Drop your answer in the comments and tell me why. Coming up in our final chapter, we're going to talk about what it all means, the big picture for the Cowboys in 2025. Are they finally ready to break through? Stick with me. All right, my friend, here's where we put all the pieces together. The coaching moves, the roster changes, the contract questions. Everything we've talked about leads to one big question. Is 2025 finally the year the Dallas Cowboys get over the hump? Let's be honest. We've been here before. The talent's been there. The regular season wins have been there. But when the lights get brightest, this team has crumbled. 3 straight playoff exits under Mike McCarthy, with the last one against the Packers being an absolute disaster. That's why this season feels so different. There's pressure coming from every angle. Mike Zimmer is here to toughen up the defense. Brian Schottenheimer is being trusted to unlock the offense. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons are all playing with the weight of future contracts and legacies on their shoulders. And don't forget, Jerry Jones isn't getting any younger. He wants to win now. And if this core can't do it in 2025, there's a real chance the Cowboys start blowing it up. But there are reasons to believe. The NFC isn't unbeatable. The Eagles are good, but not perfect. The 49ers are tough, but they've shown cracks. The Cowboys have enough talent to compete with anyone, if they stay healthy and execute when it counts. Here's the truth. 2025 is make or break. It's Super Bowl or serious consequences. And that's not just media talk. That's the tone coming from inside the building. So now I turn it over to you. Is this the year the Cowboys finally break through and make a deep playoff run, maybe even reach the Super Bowl? Or are we headed for another heartbreak and a major reset in 2026? Tell me in the comments. What's your honest gut feeling right now? Also, vote in the poll right here on the screen. What's your confidence level in the Cowboys heading into 2025? High, medium, or low? Thanks for hanging with me today. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. I'll be here all season long, breaking it all down for you. Until next time, go Cowboys.